Hi everyone, my name is Connie McGrath and I'm a makeup artist, and I'm working with Cinemagic to create a gorgeous witch tutorial, putting the gore in gorgeous. And I'm going to take you through what products I'm going to use and just tips and tricks how to create this look, so let's get started. Alright, so I've begun by just clipping my hair back out of my face. It just makes it easier to apply the makeup. You would do that if you were working on somebody else as well, just make sure their hair is tied back out of their face. And then I'm going to begin by decanting the makeup onto my little tray here, using my spatula. So I'm just going to scoop out the green colour. We're going to begin with the green, and we're just going to create like a nice green foundation base on our faces. So just mix that up. I'm actually going to mix a tiny little bit of yellow as well, just about that much, and blend it in. And I'm going to apply it using, let's see, you can use a brush or a sponge. It just depends what you have really. I'm going to use this sponge here because I like the way it sort of creates a bit of texture on the skin, and just sort of makes it look a bit more realistic. These sponges are quite popular when you're applying foundation as well, just regular foundation, as you can just sort of press the product into the skin. So it just takes a little bit of time. I have my mirror here just below the camera, so if you notice me looking down, that's what I'm looking into. It's always advisable just to have a good size mirror to look into when you're doing makeup on yourself, so you can see what you're doing, and good light as well. So we just want to cover our entire face, our cheeks, chin, nose, and our ears as well. You don't want to forget the ears. So this is a really great makeup. This one, you don't have to do this just at Halloween. This is going to be like a gorgeous, GORE-GEOUS makeup. So it's going to be quite glamorous to begin with, and then I'm going to add a little bit of, I can sort of jazz it up so that you can create this look for Halloween as well. This is great for any fancy dress party. It's a little bit similar to the Witch in the Wizard of Oz. So these sponges are great, they cover quite a lot of your face, and the little point on that is great for just getting into the corner of your eyes there as well. So let's go over the top. Looks a bit silly when it's half done, but bear with it, just be patient. Just blend it up into the hairline a little bit. We just want to really cover all the flesh tone. So I really hope nobody comes to the door when when I look like this. Had that happen before. I've been doing like Halloween makeups and somebody will knock the door. So I explain to them through the door, I'm in the middle of doing some Halloween makeup, so I answer the door, please don't be scared. Alright, so there we go, we're getting there. You get the idea, folks. So I can already see that maybe the forehead needs to be another layer added. You want it to be sort of even all the way around. Just colouring the lips there. We're going to paint the lips a different colour, but just to bring the makeup right up to the lip and just to make sure you cover all the flesh tone there. And these sponges are really great because they just, like I said, they make it really blend into the skin, which is what you want. Just up into the hairline here. And the earlobes. You can blend down the neck as well. Just adding a little bit more green with a little bit of yellow. Mixing it up. another good tip is if you can moisturize your face before you apply the face paint, maybe an hour or so before, and the makeup will sit nice and smoothly on the skin. So that's a tip that you can use if you have dry skin especially. And then obviously after you've done the makeup as well, when you wash it off, your skin might feel a little bit dry, so it's recommended to maybe apply a little bit of moisturiser once you've removed the makeup. I think this bit is maybe the most time-consuming part of the makeup. Maybe even try and bring it round just slightly to the back there. I just want to try and get as much of the makeup on as possible. There we go. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do like a contour makeup but using different colours. So instead of foundation makeup I've used green face paint, and instead of the bronzer I'm going to use like a black face makeup. And I'm just going to contour my cheeks, maybe my forehead, sides of my nose maybe, and we'll see what else. Go, getting there. I think this is a really fun look. You can spend as long as you want on this, just to perfect it. There we go. Okay, so we're done with the green face paint. Next up, I'm going to use the dark colour from the middle of the palette there, just to do the contouring that I mentioned. So I'm just going to scoop some of that out, and again, just pop it onto the palette there. This is great for hygiene as well. So you're not sort of using it directly from the product. It's just more hygienic to decant it out. So it's a really good investment as a makeup artist to purchase the palette and the spatula. Okay, alright, so I've just got a little bit of black there, and I'm just going to use the same sponge, and I'm just going to basically contour. So I'm going to just maybe take off a little bit of excess on the back of my hand, just in case it's too much. So that looks quite good. And I'm just going to sort of suck in your cheeks to find out where your cheekbone is, but just like that. Pop it on, and then we can blend it out once we've popped it on. And forehead. So like I said, it's just like contouring, but you're using different colours, witchy colours. The jawline, just putting it on quite roughly, and then I'll blend it in with the brush. Right. It's kind of messy, a bit dirty at the moment, but when we blend it, it will hopefully not look so messy. So I'm just using my blusher brush. And I'm just going to buff that. Same on the other side. And you'll notice the look will just start to slowly come together. Just create that nice sort of shaded look. Looks so weird already. I love it. Alright. So yeah, basically just like a beauty makeup. Same rules apply, but you're just using different colours. Smaller brush just for the nose. I'm going to just touch up a little bit of the green there. I can see that it's sort of coming away a little tiny bit. So just delicate strokes. You don't want to move the makeup off your nose or off your face. And it's great, like any mistakes that are made, if you put some black in the wrong place or you put the greens in the wrong place, it's not permanent. You can just remove it. It's easy to get frustrated when you're applying makeups and if things aren't going your way. You can always start again. Go a little bit more black, just at the top there. The jawline. Don't want to make it look like a beard. To err on the side of caution with that, just a little bit of makeup and then blend it. And just on the neck there. Go. And next up, I'm going to put some red lipstick. So I've got a couple of options here. I have a really lovely Urban Decay. This one's quite nice. I don't know if you can see the colour of that. It's called Bad Blood, which I love the name of it. And then we have some Inglot makeups. These are quite vibrant. There's a really lovely vibrant red here, which I'm going to use. I like this one because it's quite glossy. So I'm just going to apply that on. So you're probably wondering, where is the gore? Well, I'm going to add that at the end. I just want to show you the one look and then how you can change it very easily to make it a little bit more scary. Applying the red lipstick using this little lip brush. Not to be too perfect. I love the contrast of the red against the green. Just get into the inner corners. Don't forget about, that's easy to forget about that little area in there. Alright. And then we're going to use a little bit of highlighter on our cheekbones. So just another little small brush like this. I love these blending brushes. And I've just got a little palette of highlighter and bronzer here. So I'm just going to use the highlighter, the lightest one. I just like to take a little bit of the excess off on my hand just to see how much product I have. It's easier to add product than it is to take away, so I like to sort of err on the side of caution and add a little bit at a time and see how I go. So that looks pretty good. So just where the sun would hit the cheek, if the witch is out in the sun. Same on this side. Being careful not to remove the green makeup underneath. But again, if I do, I can easily just use a brush and go in and fix that up. So again, it's nothing. No mistakes are permanent. Just blend that down. I'm going to do just the end of my nose. And just above my lips, just where the sun would hit. Cupid's bow, just there. of shimmer. Okay, it's looking good. And next up, we have, okay, this is maybe where it gets a little bit creepy, but I'm going to use some red eyeliner. I'm just going to go into the waterline on my eyes because it's quite flesh colored. It's pink and it looks a bit too healthy and shiny, or healthy and human-like. So I'm just going to just carefully go in there. Just get in between just little hairs as well on my lower lashes. So in the waterline and then just below that. Put that on quite messily, and then I can go in and blend that and make it nice and tidy. Get a little bit of a wing. Wing is optional. The other side. I'm just anchoring my elbow on the table just to steady my hand. That helps. There we go. In between the little lower lashes there. Again, it doesn't matter if it's messy. We can go in with a smaller brush and tidy that up. Lovely. And I'm just going to use a small pointy brush in order to tidy that up. So I'm just going to go just up and under. I'm not going to approach it like this. I think it makes it harder to reach. So if you just go up and under, that makes it easier. And the same applies if you're doing it, makeup to yourself or to somebody else. So I'm just going to blend that, make it look nice and clean and neat. And blend it up. And same on the left side. And just blend it up. Might even do the upper lid as well. So just to complete the look, I'm just going to go in the upper and follow that all the way around. Again, doesn't need to be perfect because we can blend it afterwards. I'll just blend that. Come at it from just above and down, it makes it easier to do. And I'm going to start in the inner corner and just gently, just little brush strokes, nice and light. I'm just going to follow it all the way around and just sort of gently press it down into the upper lashes. There we go. Nice and softly. And you don't have to use a red eyeliner, you can use yellow. Yellow would be a nice colour to use. Or just black, and then a black one. You can experiment. The great thing about this makeup is there are no real rules to it. You can just sort of think outside the box. You can try it this way, and then once you get it, used to the technique, you can try it using a different colour. I mean, these little pots are fantastic. They've got lots of lovely vibrant colours in it, so you could try it maybe with even blue, like a blue witch, with orange. Blue and orange might be quite nice together. So it's quite a versatile look. Alright, I'm just going to blend this out again. And I see that this side is a little bit thicker than this side, so I'm just going to fill that in, like so. And blend it again. glamorous but a little bit spooky at the same time. Okay, so next up, what is next? Okay, maybe a little bit of eyeshadow. So we've got the red eyeliner. I'm thinking it'd be nice to include a bit of purple into the look. So again, we've got purple in the palette here. I'm just going to scoop that out onto my palette. It's a really lovely shade of purple, so we've got just right there. I'm going to use just another small brush to apply this. Again, I'm just going to take some off in the back of my hand just to see how much product there is on it. I don't want to put too much product, you know, from the palette onto my brush, onto my face. I just want to sort of check it halfway, see how much there is, how much I'll need. And again, it's easier to add than it is to take away, so like err on the side of caution. So we'll go with just a little bit. I'm going to go just into the crease. Like so. Again, it could be messy, but we can blend it afterwards. We can tidy it up. And just put that into the crease on the other side. I'm going to take a blending brush, a clean one, and I'm just going to blend, just back and forth into the crease, and that's just going to buff that out and make it look nice and smooth. So I know it's a witch makeup, we want it to look quite glamorous and gorgeous. I'm just going to keep that relatively simple. Let's see on the other side. And again, you can use a different colour for that as well. But I just think these colours they work quite well together. I like green and purple together. And I think the red just makes the look pop. So I'm just blending that in, back and forth, back and forth. Blend, blend, blend. And let's see, try some. A little bit of mascara, just to sort of finish to complete the eye look. You can use false lashes as well if you like. And I'm going to do the upper and lower. Oh, that is very cookie. It up before I setting spray. I'm going to put setting powder on it, and that will hold it all in place, and then I'll spritz it with a bit of setting spray. So just before I do all that, I want to make sure that everything is just nice and neat. And the bottom bit a little bit more. I'm just using my ring finger just to blend just at the edges there. Alrighty. And I think witches, they have quite dark eyebrows, so I'm going to use some of the black face paint to darken in my eyebrows a little bit. Again, just taking some of the excess paint off, and I'm actually going to use a little skinny lip liner brush for this because I like the precision of a lip liner brush, and I'm just going to just very gently, just using nice light feather strokes. Just going to go to the top here, follow the natural line of my eyebrow. And on the other side, making it a little bit more arched than it actually is. A bit of point just there. You can see just the difference that makes between the two. Bring that in. And the same on the other side. Let's create a little point. It's the arch. This just helps to sort of define the eye look, the eye makeup. And it's optional, you don't have to do it. Decanting the legs. And I'm going to just use a disposable mascara wand just to blend that in a little bit more, brush it in. Soften it a little bit. Taking sort of dark blobs out of it. A little bit more evil. And then once we've done the makeup, and we're happy with the way it looks, I think I've got everything I need on my face makeup wise. I'm going to use some setting powder, which is great. It mattifies the look and it holds it in place. If I was just to leave this as it is, I think it would just start to sort of move, you know, over time, and you don't want that. You want it to sort of stay in place. So, especially if you're going to a Halloween party or a party, you want it to sort of stay put. So, again, just using the clean side of my palette and my translucent powder, which is, it looks white, but it goes on clear. I'll just decant it a little bit out onto my palette, just about that much. You won't need as much as that, but a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to dab it in and just tap off the excess. We don't want, you know, a big amount of product on our faces, so I'm just going to tap that off and then just gently powder it. Powder my face, just takes the shine out of the makeup, makes it look a little bit more believable, more realistic. The eyebrows. You could bring the makeup further down your neck if you want to. Ears. The eyes, just very gently. Just want to dab it on, you don't want to rub it and remove all your work, all your hard work. Okay. And then a little bit of setting spray. Shake and then just close your eyes. And that should hold the makeup in place. Okay, so once the makeup is done, you can add some props to your look just to make it look a little bit more witchy. So what I have here is a wig, and I'm going to pop that on for you, and then we're going to get to the gory part. So just bear with me. Okay, so I have this black. This reminds me of Angelica Houston from The Witches. So her hair was, she had a black long bob with fringe. So we add that on. Hide our real hair underneath. There we go. And what you can do with this look is you can paint your hands and arms green if you want, and that would be a lot of fun. Or you can cover up with a pair of long gloves, just like this. Just like in The Witches, in Roald Dahl's The Witches. That movie's brilliant, I love that film. So these are great, these just add a whole other witchy layer to your makeup. And yeah, I love them. Right. And then you can add some jewellery over the top if you wish. And then the Grand High Witch, she had a lot of jewellery over her glove. So I'll just pop my rings on over that. There we go. Okay, so that completes the glamorous side of it. But if you want to create a gore witch, like a gory witch, you can add to your makeup this is so much fun, this stuff. I've got tooth decay, these little bottles, you can buy this. You just brush it on your teeth and it creates a really gory look, which you can very easily, you can wipe it off or just use toothpaste and your toothbrush to get rid of it. So I have 2 different colours here. You can get several different colours and you can get like nicotine stain as well, and it's all very safe. This one is a zombie rot and this one is just Ben Nye tooth decay. So I think we're going to go with the tooth decay because we have enough green on our faces. I'm going to go with the brown and that will just add a whole other, it'll just contrast better. So give it a shake, mix it up, and let me just place my brush again. This one is stuck. There we go. So for hygiene purposes, it comes with a little brush, but I am going to decant some of it onto a little pot just because I don't want to put this in my mouth and then put it back into the pot because it's not hygienic to do that. So I'm just gonna put the lid, I've taken some out, I'm just gonna put the lid back on, put it to the side, and then I'm going to use, let's see, another brush to apply it. So any brush will do really. So I am going to use a little disposable lip brush, again because it's precision. And what you want to do is you want to just dry your teeth. So just using a bit of kitchen roll. Dry my teeth and then I'm just going to apply this. So I'm not going to put it all over my tooth. I'm going to dab it and make it look more realistic. I don't want to cover all my teeth just brown. I want to sort of make it look like there's a bit of my white teeth coming through. I think it's more effective that way. So I'll not be able to talk when I do this, so I'm just going to do it so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, so your teeth have to be really dry for it to stick on. And it's quite hard to keep your mouth dry, just naturally the saliva just wants to produce. So there we go. Do the bottom ones as well. Just dry them off. There you go, folks. That's how you could create a gorgeous witch makeup using very few products and some tooth decay to make it look a little bit more gory. You can also add food colouring and maple syrup together to make your own fake blood, and you can drink that and let it spill out your mouth if you want as well. But that's a bit messy, so that's optional, you don't have to do that. But I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned something new. And yeah, I hope that you can use this as your next fancy dress option. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.